Page 41. Lesson D. Social style. 2. Listening and writing. Extrovert or introvert? B. Listen to Jessica talk about her social life. How would she answer the quiz? Circle her answers.
So, Jessica, do you think of yourself as an extrovert or an introvert?
I don't really know. Probably an introvert. Well, what are introverts supposed to be like?
Well, I guess they're quiet and thoughtful. They don't really like big social events or anything like that.
Well, that sounds a bit like me. It's not really like me to go out socializing a lot. I guess I prefer to just hang out at home. If I can get out of going to a party, I will. I don't like those "what kind of work do you do" situations. But it's not... I have plenty of friends.
Yeah, I was going to say, you have a lot of friends, right?
Yeah, we never go out in groups or anything, though. I like to see them in ones and twos. I guess I just like to spend more focused time with them. You get to know your friends better that way, I think.
So you don't like big groups, huh?
No, and I hate being the center of attention, too. I would never have a big birthday party or anything. I couldn't get through something like that, so...
Right.
But I enjoy socializing, and I like it when other people tell stories and joke around and stuff. I enjoy a good joke, as long as I'm not the one telling it. And I do like to chat with my friends. We gossip sometimes. It's not like we have serious conversations all the time. Not at all. So yeah. Do I sound like an introvert?
Maybe. I think introverts also like to work on their own, figure things out for themselves. They're not so good at group work or teamwork.
Well, I like being part of a team and working in groups. I think it's a creative way to work.
So you're more of a team player, you think?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, maybe you're just a little of each, extrovert and introvert. You're not exactly a social animal, right?
No, I don't think so. I like people, but yeah, I'm more of an individual. I'm just me, I guess.
Yeah, you're just you.
Page 44. Unit 5. Law and Order. Lesson A. Rules and Regulations. 1. Getting started. B. Listen to the interviews above. What 5 things do the people talk about? Do they think 18 is the right age to start doing these things?
The age of majority. In many countries, the law permits you to engage in new activities at the age of 18. We asked people what they think about 18 as the age of majority. When you turn 18, you can go see an R-rated movie, a movie that's restricted to adults. What do you think about that? Bill Hughes.
What do I think? Well, I think the law ought to be changed. 18 is too young. Actually, I think R-rated movies should be banned altogether. They're far too violent.
Do you think you should be able to get married before you're 18? Maya Diaz.
No way. In fact, you shouldn't be allowed to get married until you're at least 21 or even older. Then there might be fewer divorces. Actually, I think a law should be passed that says if you want to get married, you have to take marriage classes first.
You can get your own credit card at the age of 18. Is this too young? Jared Blake.
I don't think so. Young people have to be given their freedom at some point. They ought to be encouraged to manage their own finances and things. They can always learn from their mistakes.
Do you think you should be allowed to vote at 18? Aiko Nakano.
I guess. I mean, you can do everything else at 18. Why not vote? It's too bad more young people don't vote, though. I think everyone should be made to vote.
The legal age for most things is 18, but in many places you can drive at 16. Is that a good idea, do you think? Pat Johnson.
I must say, I've always thought 16 is too young. Too many teenagers get involved in traffic accidents, and something really must be done about it. The legal age for driving could easily be changed to 18 or 21 or something like that.
Page 45. 2. Grammar. The passive of modal verbs. The passive of modal verbs for the present is modal verb plus be plus past participle.
R-rated movies should be banned.
You shouldn't be allowed to marry at 18.
They have to be given their freedom.
The legal age could easily be changed.
Something must be done about it.
The law ought to be changed.
Page 45. 3. Speaking naturally. Saying conversational expressions. A. Listen and repeat the sentences above. Notice how the expressions in bold are said more quickly, even when the speaker is speaking slowly.
I mean, you can do everything else at 18. Why not vote? You know what I mean?
You know, they ought to be encouraged to manage their own finances and things.
The legal age for driving could easily be changed to 18 or 21 or something like that.
Page 46. Lesson B. Crime and Punishment. 1. Building vocabulary and grammar. A. Read the questions and answers on the website below. What questions are the people answering? Number the questions 1 to 8. Then listen and check.
What punishment best fits the crime? What's the right penalty for jaywalking?
A fine, maybe? I know it's against the law to just cross the street anywhere, but it's a relatively minor offense, and the law doesn't get enforced much.
How should vandals be punished?
Well, vandalism can be serious, so they should pay for any damage. And vandals should be made to clean up any graffiti they paint.
What kind of sentence should you get for kidnapping?
Kidnappers should go to prison for a long time. I mean, taking someone captive is a very serious offense.
Should they arrest drivers who get caught speeding?
You don't usually get arrested for speeding unless you cause an accident, and that seems fair. But if you get stopped a lot, you should lose your license.
What punishment should you get for robbing someone?
That depends. If you commit armed robbery, use a gun or a knife, you should be sent to prison.
What should happen if you get caught shoplifting from a store?
I think shoplifters should be fined at first, but if they get caught stealing again and again, they should go to jail.
What should happen to someone who is convicted of burglary?
Breaking into someone's home is serious, but first-time burglars should just be put on probation.
Should all murderers be sentenced to life in prison?
I don't know. Some people get sentenced to only 10 or 15 years for murder. Killing another person is the worst crime, but it's a complex issue.
Page 47. 2. Grammar. Get passive versus be passive. The passive is usually formed with be, but sometimes you can use get.
People who speed don't usually get arrested.
Some murderers get sentenced to only 10 years.
After should, the be passive is more common.
People who speed should be arrested if they cause an accident.
Some murderers should be sentenced to life in prison.
Notice, use catch plus verb plus ing.
What happens if they catch you shoplifting?
What happens if you get caught shoplifting?
Page 47. 3. Listening. We got robbed. A and B. Listen to Jenny talk about a burglary.
I don't suppose you've ever gotten robbed, have you? Living here must be pretty safe.
Well, we thought so too. But actually, yes. We did get robbed once. A couple of years ago. We were really surprised.
Huh. Were you in the house when it happened? I mean, that would be scary.
No, we were away at the time. We were on a business trip when it happened. So the house was empty and there was no car outside. So I guess it was an obvious target, really.
So the house looked empty?
Yeah, but my neighbor was sleeping in the house at night because she was redecorating her house next door. So one night she came in and saw a few things on the floor and thought, that's funny. And then she walked around the house and saw the window was broken. So she called the police.
So they broke in during the day?
Yeah, probably late in the afternoon. No one was around and no one heard anything, so...
Did they do much damage?
No, that's the funny thing. They were very neat and tidy. They didn't make any mess at all. Except for breaking the window, of course.
Really? And did they take much?
No, they mainly just took our 2 computers. There were lots of other things that were valuable in the house. Cameras, money, jewelry, even some credit cards. But they didn't take anything else of value.
Isn't that weird?
Yes. I mean, we both lost a few things, but nothing much. It was a bit inconvenient not having the computers, but that's all. We were lucky, really.
So, were you upset by it? Did you feel your home was invaded and everything?
Not really. I mean, I thought I would be upset. But my neighbor cleaned the place up, and her father fixed the window. So by the time we got home, everything was okay. And we got new computers out of it, better computers. So that was good, I guess.
So did the robbers ever get caught?
Yeah. Fortunately, they got arrested the next day. They were found breaking into another house in our neighborhood.
Oh, well, that's good. So did they go to jail or?
Yeah, they did. They got sentenced to like a year, I think.
A year? That's all? Gosh, they should be sentenced to like at least 5 years in prison.
I don't know. There are a lot of crimes that are worse, I guess.
Page 48. Lesson C. First of all, 1. Conversation strategy. Organizing your views. B. Listen. What do Adam and Selena think about security cameras on buses?
Did you hear they have cameras on all the buses now?
Yeah, they should be put in all public places.
So you're in favor of them?
Oh, yeah, for a couple of reasons. I mean, first of all, they're a good deterrent. People know they'll get caught if they cause trouble or whatever. And second, they make sure people pay.
Yeah, that's true.
And another thing is, for the drivers, especially late at night. I mean, basically, it's safer for them.
Well, you've got a point there. But on the other hand, don't you think all these cameras are a little intrusive? The thing is, it's like an invasion of privacy, someone watching you all the time.
I must admit, I never really thought of it that way.